Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to play some more Record of Greypine. And Yandere Danes, if you haven't seen their video. And this time we're going to do Liam's route. Let's begin. I do like the fact that it's like an old operating system for the work. Computer. Welcome to, okay, so first name YN, last name LN, as in last name. Here, next. You groan softly, stretching your upper body in exhaustion. After hours of mindless typing and inputting documents into the old OS system, your muscles ache in protest. You're alive at Green Pine National Park under the terms of a government placement program. Escorted more by paperwork than people. It sits far from civilization, its buildings worn down by weather, and time weathered and reforced against fret. Radios cut in and out, internet access is limited. Unreliable, some areas have no signal at all. Orientation's brief, procedural, and auto-general. You're shown where to sleep, where to clock in, and which trails are off limits without explanation. We just didn't get the training video. It's been a week, then another, and somehow you still don't have a proper role or position in the visitor center. Just task handed to whoever doesn't say no fast enough. Not to mention the way you've been sleeping. Fitful, restless, electra. A great way to start the day. And today marks the 16th anniversary of Green Pine country's infamous missing children's case. I kind of want to know what happened to kids. And 4A's once again stressed that there is no evidence of foul play, despite renowned public interest. There's probably foul play. Never trust the beaver. You ignore the broken radio from what feels like the 100th time. It's almost too serene. You close your eyes, inhaling the scent of pine and aged wood, something that's probably been here longer than you've been alive. There's Liam. Boo. Gah! You nearly fall off your chair. Clenching your chest, you jerk your head up, irritation flashing across your face. A small pout settles in as you glare at the culprit. Oopsie. Didn't see you. Didn't think you'd be startled. Standing far too close to one of your coworkers, Liam Baum. Though he calls himself Lenny, because it's kid or something. Kind of makes me think of The Simpsons. Because there's a Lenny. He dressed in his usual casual clothes, sweater spreads sticking out everywhere. His bangs scare his eyes, but you know that Mrs. Glinton is there, fixed on your misery. Tilting his head a little, he leans in even closer before bursting out laughing. Gosh, you're so adorable with that expression. I should have brought Benny's camera. From this distance, you could catch the faint scent of herbs clinging to him. Right, don't you have work to do other than jump scaring your coworkers? William hums as if you asked him something incredibly complex. As far as you remember, he's indoors staff, an information person, and occasionally a tour guide, though Green Pine rarely gets visitors. So it's not unusual for this resident hippie to wander freely without a uniform. Not that he ever wears one anyway. Silly look at the clock. It's lunchtime unless you want dysmorphia. No, really? You wipe your head towards the wall clock, scoring it as it might be lying. The minute hand rests comfortably past noon. You hadn't realized how focused you were, wrestling with the ancient computer and all. Oh, so much for just one more file. Your stomach twists right on cue, deeply offended at being ignored. See, told ya. He pushed himself off the counter, stretching dramatically. If you keep skipping meals, you're gonna pass out and then I'll get blamed. Tragic. Think I'll be fine. Has a bag of chips right there. Not to mention, you need energy tonight. Vaccine day and all. You know how Captain Cold is. Yeah, a Yandere. I saw his yanderiness. It was adorable. He chuckled at the painfully cringy nickname. I doubt that he'll complain more about the name than anything. Well, no faith. He grins anyway. Come on, canned food waits for no one. If it's actually good. Don't complain when it's free. You should be used to it by now. 1 week isn't enough for me. You shrug and push your chair back, the old legs screeching against the floor. As you stand on the monitor and emits a soft beep while shutting down, the file safely saved. Ron, what's taking you so long? Yikes, Lance is here. William immediately scoots aside, making room for the taller man approaching the counter. I asked you to call for LN 10 minutes ago. What on earth were you doing? Jump scaring me. He strained instinctively at the stern yet oddly calming voice. Ellen Montgomery. Ellen Montgomery, the official head of this visitor center, is now in front of you. In his country uniform, hair uneven from the scruffle. Your eyes catch the 2 white streaks starting through it, matching the pale lashes framing his blue eyes. He's the one who kind of makes you do the desk job because he likes us. But the others are a rat quicker. Already familiar with how this works. You hesitate just long enough for the choice to be made for you. Oh, so you weren't that butthurt about it yet. His eyes linger on you, slow and unreadable, before he finally looks away. God save me, Wyan! Alan crosses his arms, unoppressed, girl immune to the variastics. We don't have time for this. I still have several topics I want to discuss over lunch. Yay. Like about the tower and all that. They're important topics. I will explain everything at once. Oh, and here I thought you wanted to be a social butterfly. Or maybe hogging lying to yourself. You already did that. Watch your words. I still be looking after her. There's still training, safety protocols, and several procedures to cover. Blah, blah, blah. Come on, let's eat already. William skips off towards the hallway, leaving alone with Alan. Montgomery? Just Alan. Sorry, Alan. I just realized his name was his last name. His last name is so familiar. Bewitched. Elizabeth Montgomery. Yeah, I kind of watched those reruns because my mom and dad. He walks away before you can say anything else. This isn't working. A delight just pulses through your upper body. Familiar. Your shoulder up smiling. The last week has been long. Thinking about it leaves you feeling strangely lost. You step into the cafeteria, tray in hand filled with warmed up canned food, scanning the room out of habit despite knowing there won't be anyone else. In front of you, a long cafeteria table is already occupied. Benjamin Binkins, your roommate, sits slightly hunched over near the edge, fingers loosely wrapped around the plastic cup. Long gone cold. His dark brown hair messy into his tired red rimmed eyes. Eyes that look like they haven't seen proper sleep in days. Across from him, the Piker siblings locked in their usual exchange. Pamela leans heavily onto the table, cheeks pressed against the surface. Dark red violet hair slipping over the shoulders of her purple turtleneck and ranger uniform. There's sharpness to her posture, to the way her eyes track her little brother, already prepared to strike back with a remark if he steps out of line. Solnar Silny, meanwhile, looks entirely unbothered. Suntan skin, blonde hair pulled up just enough to reveal the dark burn scar crawling along the right side of his face. His eyes don't settle on a single color. Brown near the lip, they fade into green below. Like it never quite decided what it wanted to be. Probably did at one point. A small beard frames his face, as his eyes an exaggerated exhaustion. I can't believe it took me almost 2 weeks to get that stupid video player working again. My skill must have gone rusty or something. At least we can get the newbie to watch the proper training tape. You make it sound like it's that informative. Then you learn the hard way. You learned it the hard way. And I do not want to be informed about how you got your cool scar again, thank you. What about Ben? He never complained. Yeah, because he wasn't annoying and didn't make it his entire personality. He never brings it up unless he started. I just share facts when it's relevant. I want to know how he got the scar. When I do Ben's, he better. I'm not interesting enough to brag about anything anyway. He's so cute though. Wait, got him. You haven't noticed Alan lingering right behind you. Trey already filled, just standing there longer than necessary, like he's been waiting for something to line up before moving. Or that he's literally waiting for you to pick the seat. 6 people in total. It's quieter than anyone would expect. No background chatter, no TV noise, just the hum of old appliances. Wow, still depressing. Love that for us. Keep the energy. William casually joins Ben's side, picking at the brunt's food before fake gagging at, earning a pout from Ben and a chuckle from Pamela. A bit more, and I think we're in one of those horror TV shows or something, judging by the canned food. Technically we are, but not in a TV show. It's kind of a horror. I mean, you have cannibal bunnies. Man, bro, don't jinx it. Everyone looks so startled. Your expression's quickly caught by the cunning pacifist. He chuckles before waving you over with excitement, as if he didn't see you a few minutes ago. Come sit. We don't bite. Speak for yourself. Only emotionally. You decide to. So we're going to sit next to Pamela again, because that is the only way I believe that we could get the campfire sing again. Sit next to Pamela. You slide into the seat next to Pamela. She glances sideways, eyes flickering from your face to your tray. Bold choice. Hopefully you did the house bite. Before you can respond, he nudges a small bowl towards you. Canned raspberries. Ooh. Take some. Lenny keeps stealing mine like a raccoon. You blink at it. Are canned raspberries a thing? I'll eat it. Thanks, Pamela. I'm not a raccoon. You hiss when people touch your stuff. You probably start scratching their faces off. You unintentionally let out a small noise at that. See, you're scared her. So graduations, you're officially radiated too much Lenny energy. William exaggerates his movements, clenching his chest for a sleeky. Is it true? I'm saddened. I didn't mean to make you feel bad. Don't worry. I know I I'm always the better choice than Winnie. Thank you for reaffirming that. Alan merely averts his gaze before properly sitting his tray down, opposite of you, next to Liam. Though no matter where you sit, tension still coils in your shoulders. You should have warmed up to this by now, but somehow you haven't. You can always stay digging into your food, poking at it more than actually eating. Your thoughts race, trying to find a way to slide naturally into their conversation. This food sucks. I hate canned food. Beggars can't be choosers. She's right, you know. I am this close to forging random stuff outside. If you dare, go ahead. I'll prepare the coffin. I'll eat everything that's left. Good, zero waste. Plus, we all get to hog the new supplies next delivery while you're crying over a can of corn. Figures. You want to say something, anything, but your inner voice is already listing every possible way you embarrass yourself. Thankfully, Alan clears his throat. May have everyone's attention. The sound alone is enough to snap everyone's attention back into place. Lift your gaze from your tray. Alan's expression is serious, eyes sharp as they sweep across the table before briefly setting on you. I know I already went through a lot this morning. Clearing trails, checking damage from yesterday's storm. But we have two main problems. First, the radio towers. One of them appears to have been cut an hour or two ago. Even if the main tower is still standing, the relay may be fried. And even if the relay's fine, the main tower could have lost alignment. There's two radio towers. William shifts to his seat, briefly leaning forward before Alan can respond. Yeah, main tower northwest. Relay tower further northeast. Those things are older than a turtle. So hundreds of years? 200 years? If one goes down, the other usually follows. Normally, Alan and Sunny handle it, but after a storm like that, yeah, I could see why they want company. Alan clears his throat louder this time. Thank you for the interruption, Braun. Very informative. Love that sass, King. Then I'll join you, little brother. Could have been anyone, but oh well. Shh. Next is the list is Binkins. You request assistance? Yeah. I tried to clean up and recover what I could. But yesterday's storm was very sudden and harsh. It kind of trashed the whole garden. I think we need to start from scratch. Sounds like a job. Before Alan can respond, a voice cuts through the room. It echoes faintly from the direction of the front hall. Oh, is anyone here? Hello? Honey, maybe they're busy. Don't shout. Oh, right. Sorry. Well, aren't I lucky today? Sorry, Benny. Looks like I'm getting company at the worst possible time. Might need a hand, too. Who knows? Maybe it's a tourist group. Right after a storm? That's odd. I want to find out what's happening on his. Hopefully they know camping is allowed. Then here's how we'll handle this. I'll let the radio tower of the bikers. That takes priority. I have to listen to you again. Pinkins continue savaging what samples you can. We'll inform the state about the delay in sending the samples after the tower's fixed. Okay. Barn. You're not skipping this. And you, Wyan? Ellen? You will not be idle. The room goes quiet. They're waiting for you to choose first. You decide to? Help Liam. He never really wanted to go into the wild. Much less deep into the unclear path, especially one barely maintained due to the staff shortage and cost cutting. Not to mention how damp everything is. That doesn't scream safety to you. It's giving you the heebie-jeebies. Like, what if you stupidly just slip slips. Your stupidity slips from mud. You wouldn't want that, right? Oh wait, that does remind me. So maybe staying inside, getting to know your silly coworker is a bit better, and helping tourists instead. That sounds perfect. I'll help Lenny, if that's okay. Liam immediately perks up, wrapping an arm around your shoulder with clear excitement. I knew we were making a great team. We'll make a great team. Liam sticks his hand out, asking for a high five. Return it wholeheartedly, trying to match his energy. Yeah, great team. You glance at Alan, searching for an expression for some sign of approval or maybe reassurance about your decision. He seems a bit disappointed. It's quite hard to tell with his face barely moving at all. He's probably worried about how you will mess up somewhere if you were to go with him. No, he just wants to go with him. Good, stay inside. Time for me to shine, baby. This is usually the part where something goes wrong. Shh. We better hurry before we miss anything from the radio or phone calls. An announcement. Unannounced visitors. You still complain despite going and doing the bare minimum. He always complains. I get to complain when they might be a group tour outside. You say that like it often occurs. Come on, let's go, Wyan. Before both of you could leave, Sunny turns back to you. Oh, by the way, that VHS player is in the back, finally fixed. So you can finally do their mandatory training. You blink. How come you have to be told about this? Training? You mean you weren't even informed of a thing before being employed here anyway? Guess that kind of makes sense. You were supposed to watch the tape even if you learned a thing or two from their others' mouths. You were supposed to watch them during your first week. The player wasn't functional until today. Now, Barn, bring her to watch the tapes. We're heading out now. Liam gives a quick salute, already heading towards the tape room. You stand there awkwardly for a moment. Then, we'll be going now. Be careful, you three. Suddenly gives you a thumbs up while Pamela heads towards the supply lockers to venture into the forest, and William skips happily ahead. Don't worry, we survived worse. Don't you dare monologue about your scar again. Alan only gives you a small nod before quickly jerking his head away, as if to hide his expression. Of course. Hopefully it gets a little louder this time.
National Park training video. In this tape, we will be introducing the various types of fauna that may be encountered within park boundaries. For ease of documentation and reporting, these entities will be collectively referred to as derivatives. A classification first.
I know I could probably skip it.
Derivatives are organisms or occurrences that originate from a known biological or environmental baseline, but have since diverged in form, function, or behavior. The cause of derivation remains unconfirmed and is currently under active research. If you encounter a suspected derivative outside of your assigned role or clearance level, contact Park Control immediately. Do not attempt independent handling or documentation. All derivatives are organized into three primary categories as well as three major levels. All staff assigned to a Greater National Park are required to receive the Derivative Exposure Vaccine, DEV, prior to field deployment. The TEV is designed to reduce neurological side effects following derivative exposure, suppress abnormal sensory interference, delay onset of derivatives, induce paranoia and hallucinations. The vaccine does not guarantee immunity. One initial injection upon assignment, followed by weekly injections for four consecutive weeks. Then booster shots are required every 6 months or immediately following confirmed exposure. Report immediately if you experience
I like how the numbers blank.
derivative plants are problematic and altered physical structure and biological functions when compared to their baseline counterparts. One documented example is berries, a known derivative of the raspberry baseline. Devil, berries closely resemble edible berries in color, size, and growth pattern. However, they are extremely toxic for humans and non-derivative animals.
Like,
Consumption
yeah,
may result
darn.
in hallucinations, acute paranoia, loss of spatial awareness, progressive organ failure. In high quantities, ingestion will result in death. Precaution. Derivative animals exhibit significant alterations in anatomy, cognition, and social behavior. One documented example is the canipan, also referred to as the tanner. Canipans are solitary organisms. Unlike their baseline species, they display cannibalistic feeding behavior, consuming members of their own kind upon detection. Notable traits.
It's like, yep,
Fully
don't want that as your
developed
pet.
consistent through natural species with abnormally wide jaw structure. Complete absence of ocular organs. Despite these traits, canidans demonstrate effective navigation and hunting behavior through enhanced auditory perception. While aggressive towards their own species, canidans show no documented hostility toward humans. They retain their baseline dietary habits until encountering their own kind, at which point derivative behavior overrides prior patterns. Similar derivative variants have been
It'll be
observed
funny if
in
it's
humans
actually just
and
regular bunnies.
beavers. In controlled conditions,
So it could have been the
selected
beavers.
individuals have been successfully kept as companions.
They worked with
Restrictions
the
include
raccoons to take
inherent not
to
introduce canidans to other
to take
canidans under
over.
any circumstances. Injured individuals must be isolated immediately. Removal from park boundaries requires authorization and documentation. Do not encourage imprinting behavior unless relocation protocols are active. Derivative phenomena.
That scares the crap out of me. Hey, don't die on us, buddy. Oh wait, it's a tape. I can't believe you slapped it. Easily it works, but whatever. You pick up the tape. There's been half pushed out of the player, but instinct kicks in. The moment you spot tiny black dots crawling around the plastic, you recoil and toss it back into the box you got it from. William pauses. He notices little black dots moving around the tape. He flickers them off in disgust. What are those? Basically mites. Actually, they're called the chewers. They feast on documents and tape ribbons. More like undivided tenants. He leans against a shelf like it's a campfire story. They burrow deep into the ribbon layers of the tape. Just sleep there completely still, like they don't exist. That's worse, right? What for that for us? They only wake up when the tape heats up. Friction, playback, The little hum, basically. Their alarm clock. Cute, right? Not really. William awkwardly scratches his head. Usually I'm in charge of checking on them. But oopsie. Yeah, oopsie. I didn't think they'll be getting more people here. And these tapes are outdated. Anyway, I'll let them deal with it. So for now, if you're curious, just ask me. Thank you. Maybe it sounded a bit too solemn, the way you said it. Look, you're not a burden. Not to me. Not to anyone here. You're still new. That doesn't make you useless. It just means you haven't had the chance to show off yet. Show off? Yeah. I have a high expectations for you now. You're going to be terrifyingly competent one day. Then I'll be the one struggling to keep up. That's dramatic. I'm a visionary. And even if you weren't good at this job, I'd still rather have you here than not. But you don't even know me that well. I know enough. The noise from awaiting visitors rises again, snapping the moment in half. We spent a few minutes watching the trading video instead. Alright, before Atlantis decides we're defected. Right, partner? He nodded. A small smile comes along with it. William really makes you feel warm enough to be here. You honestly weren't sure if you were ever you would ever blend in with everyone that easily without him. We might. As soon as you arrive, you hear sighs of relief. The two elderly strangers look at you like a godsend. Judging from the outfits, they must have been planning to camp around here. You aren't sure how to tell them that camping is allowed in this national park, or that the trail walking isn't available due to the yesterday's storm, or the fact that you don't want to because of the cannibal bunnies and fretted deer. But you don't want to embarrass yourself. What did I... Good evening. Welcome to Greypine National Park. Sorry to keep you waiting. What's that? He glanced down at what the old woman was holding. It's a jacket, folded carefully. Something just beneath it. Your breath catches before you realize why. The woman opens the cloth. A cannibal bunny, like the one in the tape, is curled in her arms, its white fur tainted with blood, trembling in pain. He freezes for a brief moment. That's why they're here. At least the bleeding has already stopped, but the poor thing looked so scared. We found it near the trail. It was screaming, crying. We couldn't leave this poor thing alone. Good thing they don't have taste for human flesh. We don't know much about Greypine country fauna or regulations. We tried calling a number, but it seems to single us down. So we drove along the map, climbing up, and got here. Thought we might be too old for climbing. Turns out we're still healthy, huh? You did the right thing, sir, madam. Len, get the medkit. Take this fella. You could get a bay, preparing space on the table behind the front desk for the animal. It settles on the desk with a weight that doesn't match how small it looks. Aww. I adopt it. The Canada bunny squirms weakly as you unwrap the jacket. Liam leans in beside you, his voice low and steady. He gives you this duty as if it's part of your training. Hopefully that's the reason, and not him just giving you his work. Okay, slow. You got this. He cleaned the wound carefully. The Canada bunny barely relaxes, only a soft pain whimper, like it understands you're trying to help. You feel her shake as you clean the wound, but Liam's presence anchors you. That's it, nice and steady. Is it purring? Finally, tie the bandage into a neat bow. His ragged breathing settles into something slow and even. Yeah, that'll do. You smile, your hand itching to pet and reassure the little fluff ball. Pet it, it won't bite us. He'll bite our bunnies. And if it does, the vaccine got you covered. You immediately lose the voice in your head and pet it. The can bunny jumps in your arms, making happy sniffing noises. We were wondering if is it true. I heard it's common for them to be kept as companions. Normally, taking rid of or wildlife outside the park boundaries isn't permitted. That's still a standard policy. Well, in normal cases, can bunnies or can affairs are different. As the name suggests, they each are. Their population's very unstable, so relocation is allowed for the little furballs. An injured cannibine won't survive long in the wild. Others would find it. Basically, free food. So it'll be alright? Absolutely. I can even make a cute certificate if you like. Oh dear. But it seems more attached to your friend. Besides, we think it belongs here more. You two will be good parents. You nervously chuckle as you try to pray the bunny off a little. You didn't know a bunny can make biscuits too. I think they would. Wait, Wyan, is it trying to imprint on you? If you keep holding it, the old man and woman chuckle. They seemed a little too happy about seeing a wholesome sight. Oh my, it's decided, hasn't? Guess we're only meant to carry it this far. He reaches out, gently smoothing the cannibine's ear once more, slow and careful, like he's memorizing the feeling. We're glad we brought it here, then. Finally, the old man exhales, long and steady, like someone finishing a thought. We shouldn't trouble you any longer. You're already done more than enough. Take good care of it, won't you? His gaze lingers on the cannibine, then briefly on both of you. You seem kind. Before you can respond, she gives you a small nod and turns away. The two of them leave together, the man waving slightly as they go. Oh, I just got Bunny. The door closes behind them with a soft click. You left standing with a biscuit-making bunny in your arms, and Liam. He smiles far from a happy one. Strange couple. Everything goes quiet for a moment. Only the soft sound of your new companion snuggling peacefully in your arms remains. Gosh, this bunny is heavier than you think about it. Heavier now that you think about it. It's at least 3 kilograms or more worth it. But your little time holding the bunny is abruptly interrupted as Liam slips in, gently but decisively taking the trembling creature from your hands and clutching it to his chest. You're about to protest, but when you glance at your side, Liam is awfully quiet, unlike his usual self. It's like, yeah, I can't implant. Did we not read the training video? Not the playful kind of quiet, where he's clearly about to say something stupid. His eyes are on you. They're somewhere distant. Not that you can see it. For a second, he doesn't look like his easygoing guide who jokes about tape-eating creatures. He looks tired or worried. He knows he's staring and shakes his head as if clearing away whatever deep thought were lingering. They say this place is peaceful. That's why people come here. But peaceful isn't the same as safe. I wonder why people talk so positively about this place. Though, in a way, I'm glad I work here too. Liam waits for your input, but you don't really know what to say to that. But, good choice. I'm really indecisive. You like that, right? The sign for me? Feel a bit nervous under this intense stare he gives you. Are you breaking the fourth wall? Even with his bangs curling most of his upper face. It feels like he's looking straight through your soul. Not sure what you mean, but sure. You watch him gently settle the trembling furball back onto the table, careful not to jostle its injured ear. He sweeps away the crimson smudges and lingering tufts of fur, wiping down the surface until it's spotless. All the while, you are hoping you hurried care was enough. I think it's cute. The bunny lets out this strange sniffing noise. It was very adorable. It looks at you, tilting his head slightly, as if silently asking to be gathered up in either of your arms once more. Looks like the little guy wants attention. Got a name for it? What should we name it? Gojo. Yep, Gojo. He flinched a little as it opens his mouth. Sharp teeth flash friendly, yet it looks more than happy to be called Gojo. Honestly, better than anything I could have come up with. I just saw the fact that it has no eyes, so like the sunglasses and or the Gojo has to cover his eyes, and then just the white. Then green's little Gojo. From now on, I'll be co-parenting with your parent here. What do you say, little buddy? William pets Gojo in your arms, teasing its little nose without a hint of fear. You snort softly. You can't but smile as silliness. You know, it kind of resembles you. No, oh yeah, because his eyes you can't see either. You're calling me cute? I'm flattered. Needy. Cleany. Mysterious. And I can't see both of your eyes. Liam pauses, mulling over your words that seem to be pulling in different directions. He hums softly, while nodding at nothing, like he just understood a joke from hours ago. Then he chuckles. He gently takes Gojo from your arms and raises it towards the ceiling dramatically. I'm going to be a really good father, aren't I? Are you? William chuckles, a similar smirk returning to his lips. Is that your way of wanting to know more about me, your husband? I don't think there are any more people coming. Go on, ask. Ask William about deliver prints. So are deliver animals any always like this? Like what? Sharp teeth, unstable population, location permits. It doesn't exactly sound normal. Normal is overrated. Most of them are volatile. They adapt fast, sometimes too fast. Some species overpopulate in weeks. Some don't survive their own mating cycle. Candle bunnies, probably. They take this little guy. Pretty sad life. Is it the cannibalism part? You could say that. When they successfully mate, the female eats male. Gojo here, probably the result of that. Oh, so, never mind, I probably chose the wrong name for it. Which is why it is male. Which is kind of poetic if you think about it. You can't feel if he's being sincere, if he's laying you into some punchline you don't want to hear. Me. You can't see his eyes, but you could tell he's winking. He punched slightly against his shoulder, earning a dramatic gasp of pain from him. Oh, violence! In front of our child? He presses a hand on his chest dramatically. He's so freshly annoying. Now that could symbolize something too, right? Wait, that reminds me of something funny. There's one species that reacts to barometric pressure changes. When storms roll in, they get territorial. Last year, one chewed through the ranger truck's wiring in under 10 minutes. Suddenly was trying to pray off. Tired morning. Okay, can we say the name is Fred Deer? The Fred Deer? He says it like he's describing a mentally inconvenienced Tuesday. You almost wish he would stay serious. That doesn't scream safety. Why is this place open to visitors if there's something as dangerous as that? There was. The part where you realize this isn't just a cute conservation project. From my view, if you choose to close it off, it becomes interesting. If they shut the park down, put up fences and guards, now it's suspicious. Now it's classified as containment site. Now, conspiracy forums are dissecting satellite images. But if it's open, families like here, bloggers post about wildflowers, school kids come for field trips, and then they could probably die. What about the missing person's case? It's become ordinary, and ordinary things don't get investigated. Visibility is better disguised than scenery. You hide the dangerous parts inside something that looks natural. Like I said, symbiotic. Ask him about himself. Me, out of all the things you could ask, go down the list. I might start to think my charm is working. You nudge him lightly with your elbow, a small, unamused pout on your face. Right. Alright, seriously. I'm just some guy who wanted to help his community out, but ended up mostly lazing around. Not doing anything particular because there aren't a lot of visitors nowadays. And maybe a little bit of a fort. Really? I didn't notice. Really? But hey, if you're curious, you can always stick around and find out. Maybe even tomorrow. I think we could have a lovely time together if you do. You feel yourself blushing a bit. Your heartbeat is faster. Did I do that? You roll your eyes as he laughs back. Though you couldn't help but think there's a lot more going on behind his friendly demeanor. But won't dare to pry for her, especially as if he knows it. It's like he's playing some psychological game with you. Ask him about the Pikers, the super duo. The comedy of this place, other than me, of course, I'm number one. Pamela is the one sassy sister everyone wishes they had, and Sunny is opposite of that. Reckless, rebellious. Even I know limits. Don't tell him that I slander him to you. My lips are shut. Would rather have blank, but those two, even if you think they're bickering all the time, they die for each other. Here they got through some bad stuff. It's nice to see them lively, I guess. There was this one time during a night patrol, alarm goes off near the creek. We think it was a derivative. Turns out Sunny trips on a root and screams like he's about to be in. And Pamela? She doesn't even hesitate. Swings her flashlight at the bushes and yells. If you touch him, I swear I'll bury you here. Full on death threat. No warning. And when we find Sunny face down in the mud, absolutely fine, she still makes him limp back just so he'll learn his lesson. That's always sweet. And terrifying at the same time, right? People who survive things together tend to stick. His smile lingers a second longer than it should. Like he's thinking about something else entirely. Does he love leaving vague messages? Ask William about. Ben cares about your roommate. Psst, easy. Benny gives a scaredy cat vibes, doesn't he? But he's actually the one who makes the split decisions in panic situations, you know? You do need to scold him sometimes, though. He survives on coffee. At least it's not energy drinks. I swear he's the only one who finishes the entire bag we got. Maybe try dragging him back to the dorm too. He breaks protocol almost daily by skipping the 200-hour curfew and staying out a 20-hour curfew and staying out alone at night. He sighs dramatically. Back before you arrived, when we were sharing a room, him, and Ellen, I somehow ended up being the one breaking guideline. Because I was alone, and Ellen was always with Ben. They're scheming something against me. How cruel. He presses his hand to his chest like he's been personally betrayed. Even if nothing ever happens anyway, I shouldn't be left alone. I should move into your room instead, Ben, honestly. Right. Do you know what he's been working on? Other than state-demanded stuff? Liam just shrugs. He doesn't really say. But Benny's always working on something. Ask Liam about Alan. Atlas? He's liable. Knows the rules. Knows the forest. He's been here forever. The original model. The OG. And why do you call him Atlas? I thought using nicknames would connect us better, you know. Apparently it doesn't. Besides, it fits him. He's like a walking encyclopedia. I thought that was Ben's Ben. Tell me who else can remember every derivative, how to deal with them, and every single path out there. Ben? Without even glancing at a map. You must really love this job. Hear that? Or there isn't much of a choice. Back when there were more people around, he was actually pretty approachable. Handsome-faced, cold, and stoic. Girls definitely loved him. Maybe guys do. Though he's a little too serious for his own good. Liam leans a little closer to you, honestly. And he likes us. He's a Yandere for us. Maybe he loosened up a bit. You might have gone to help him with the radio tower too, right? We already did. Last route. He says it lightly, like he's commenting on the letter. You can't tell if that's meant to be comforting or unsettling, but the way his gaze lingers makes your pulse quicken. It's like you're waiting for a punchline that never comes. I should probably change the subject. He mulled over about everything he's said before a sudden realization hits you. You know, I feel like we've forgotten something. Mind filling my empty brain in. We didn't tell them that they can camp here. We could at least handed them a brochure. Crap, you're right. Okay, wait. I think we should... Emergency, now! The room freezes. For one strange second, you and Liam lock eyes. Liam is on his feet before he can process it, his chair scrapping loudly against the floor. He moved too, drilling, fluttering. You gently set the startled bunny onto the table, your hand shaking just slightly. You have a really bad feeling about this. Your feet barely touches the floor as you run. You never heard that in Alan's voice. You didn't realize you were holding your breath until it forced itself out of its sharp grasp. Your hands feel numb, fingers tingling like they don't belong to you anymore. Holy cow! I will get water and clean the cough. Lenny, you should go get the med kit. Roger. Wait, are they at least alive? As you turn around the sharp corner, your eyes finally focus on Liam and Ben, who both of them split out in different directions, seemingly to get the supplies needed. Then Pamela. Okay, still happening. Pamela's sitting on the bench, back against the table. Her hand is pressed on her face. Blood seeps between her fingers. Clean threaded thin cuts rake across her left cheek and temple. Angry red lines carved too precisely to be accidental. She laughs weakly. She seems to be hiding her panic behind that face. Hey, newbie. Guess I think I lost my cool here. Pamela, I'll get... There's a different thing. We got the scan results back. Is it serious? Their bones are thinner than they should be for their age. Not broken yet. but it's getting close if nothing changes. If she'd been unable to stand or walk much the past while, you remember walking down the hallway once without thinking about it. It didn't hurt. I can't. Stay still, sweetheart. Don't fidget. It's alright. Muscle tone is underdeveloped. Are we a preemie? There's a noticeable on the autophagy in the quadriceps. Pain response spikes when the weight is applied. They fatigue easily. Sometimes they can't stand for long. Can you feel your legs right now? Be honest. It's going to be okay. I can't feel my legs, doctor. Please help me. Remember, just say what we practiced. You don't want to confuse them, okay? When Mama and Papa will get to be with you forever. Oh, Mom and Dad are lying pieces of crap. I remember sitting in your wheelchair, a podium in front of you. Your feet don't quite touch the floor. They feel numb. Do you feel safe at home? You look back. Yes, I'm safe. I don't think we're safe with our parents. We're safe with our parents at all. And don't touch on your wrist. Brings you back. Pamela, even in this state, is the one grounding you. You simply glance down at your legs, touching them in panic. They're fine. Hey, it's okay. I'm okay. Look again. And then you did it. Both of them are already bandaged. No stain of blood left on their injuries. Sony is getting lectured by Alan. To the side are Ben and Liam. They both seem to be talking about something serious. Elsie, you look worse than us. Pamela gives the water bottle to you instead of drinking it. You take it. Your hand was shaking, as it's afraid of being scolded. Not familiar with blood? That what must be it. You were okay with helping the bunny, why weren't you okay now? You shake your head, feeling the weight of her gaze. I don't know what to do when I see my friends hurt. I feel helpless, I think. Oh, hey. Are you blaming yourself now? Well, yeah. I stood there like an idiot while everyone just managed everything so quickly. He squeezed the bottle unconsciously, but enough for her to notice. I didn't do anything. She watches your hands, your breathing, the way your shoulders are locked, like you're bracing for impact. You weren't freezing. You look up at her. Her eyebrows were furrowed. Yeah, there is. You were dissociating, Wyan. I've seen that look before. Kids get a lot. I used to be a nurse before, remember? A children's nurse at that. She gently nudges the bottle towards your mouth. Drink. You don't need a reason. Being here is enough for one, okay? You stare at the bottle in your hand before twisting it open. Take a sip. You let the cold water slowly rehydrate your dry throat. Finally, you feel almost at ease again. What about you? It looks so deep. Can you still see? For now, not really. Haven't opened it since the attack. Probably not. Well, it'll be fine. Heal in no time. I promise. You've seen worse on playground and I've seen worse on playground incidents. But those look so. Your words trail off as something louder cuts through them. You both look up, hearing the abnormal level of anger from the usual calm man. You both flinch at the tone of voice. Everything and everyone seems to go silent. In unison, not really long after, Alan stepped out of the corner with unusually heavy footsteps, almost like stomping out of there to go outside. I said you're done. Across the room, Sonny has pushed himself halfway up from the bench, his pride clearly outweighing the common sense. Alan's standing in front of him, posture rigid, shoulders squared. Oh, this is not playground, son and pickers. If you're still goofing around like a liability, you can't tell when to stop. You can leave, especially when you are being a bad example to Ellen. I need some time to cool off. You don't know why, but the silence has filled the room now is unnerving, and you really ought to go follow after him now. Damn, what did you say? Sunny crosses his arm and looks away, scolding. And the set of his jaw, with a flicker of guilt, clearly buried beneath the stubbornness. He's just being a dramatic butt. Dude, can any of you go after him? He's probably at the porch. And tell him I'll do it again. He says it with a little too much bravado, like he needs you to know he's not going to budge. Meh, you still owe me for the last time. No, for me. Ben, meanwhile, just turns his head away in a quiet, almost immediate rejection of the idea. You go up your saliva nervously. The part of you that wants to go because you care, and the part of you that resents being quietly volunteered as the bridge between the two people who can't quite meet at the middle. You look like you really want to go after him. Do it. Believe me, you appreciate your presence more than any of us right now. Man, I'm bad at this. Go after him. He's probably at the porch. And tell him I'll do it again. Well, isn't that convenient? You're expected to go after him. Now you don't know even more if you're going to do it out of your heart or because he's asking. You meant to say he physically can't apologize. Yeah, that apologize or whatever. He scratches the back of his neck, gaze darting away again. Pride wearing visibly with something softer. I'm not saying I was wrong. I'm just saying he looked like he was about to implode. Don't let him think I was being reckless. But you were. To him. I knew I was aiming at. Of course I do. At least we know what happened. The door closes softly behind you. The sound muffled by the hush of the night. The air outside is crisp, carrying the faint scent of rain-soaked earth and pine from earlier in the day. Alan stands near the wooden railing, one hand gripping the wood, the other resting under his chin. You wonder what it would be like to reach out, to rest your hand over his, and share the weight of he's carrying, even if it's just for a moment. He finally exhales, still not looking at you. Say it. Whatever you're about to say. You say, okay, I'm gonna go with... You didn't have to snap like that. You think that? You could feel the grumps in his voice. You can't help but be scared at that thought of escalating it without even intending to. You wait for his reply, but all he did was take a deep breath and sigh. You weren't trying to accuse him. You were just staying it. I am being too strict. Does that scare you? Does it make you resentful of me? No? Okay, he jumped to that conclusion immediately. Makes you heck of a confused. You don't want to be so negative about it. But it does sound very manipulative. But you don't want to accuse him of such a thing either. I know he's Yandere, so it doesn't matter. Maybe it was just your defense flaring up randomly. But him, out of all people seeking reassurance, also sounded far-fetched. Though everyone has their moment of vulnerability, especially being responsible for a lot of things here, unofficially or not. No. Why would I hate you for something you said in the heat of the moment? Because people don't say it when they start to. Alan, I'm not keeping score. You yelled. I got startled. That's it. You don't have to... You don't have to do that. You don't have to Casparize it. For a moment, the tension eases. Your shared silence thickens with the things unspoken but understood. You weren't sure if your words had helped, but you hoped they did. Though Pamela's voice silences for the tension, a brittle cheerfulness stretching too thin. Okay, that's enough of that. You two done with the therapy session yet? We're not ending today like this. She touches both of your shoulders firmly. William bounds up beside her. He's already smiling, eager to move on. I'm proposing a bonfire. It's Wyan's welcome, technically. Bit late, but we're doing it properly this time. So what you say, boss? Wait, did I skipped it? Okay, ... Now, is this everyone's thought after getting attacked? Are you serious? No one answers. The silence is heavy. You can feel the expectation pressing on your shoulders. Someone should say something, but no one did. We are not doing anything tonight until we get the towers fixed. To contact the state. This is final. I told you wouldn't. Sonny immediately shrugs, already pushing boundaries. I know I made a wrong call. It happens. Being reckless and crap. That doesn't mean you get to treat us like we're 5. We don't even have to listen to you now. And look what happened. Pamela looks away. She just lets the conflict pass by her, hoping it'll burn itself out. Ben shifts his weight beside you, uncertain, but he doesn't speak up either. I don't need another screw up tonight. Right, because this is totally helping. This isn't a debate. Easy to say when you're not the one who got hurt. Pamela shoots him a warming look, but there's no real bite to it. It's just another empty gesture. Ben's silence is just as loud. Neither of them ever does what needed to actually stop things from spiraling. You don't get to shut everyone down and call it safety. I do, and that's the job, my job. Then congratulations, you officially killed the night. I did not. No, you do not get to do that. You can't just talk to us like that and go, oh, it's protocol. That's not how that works. I absolutely do. This is why I don't trust you guys in the slightest. One of the worst examples. Sonny laughs again. He glances sideways towards you. Then something shifts in expression, like he just put something together. Huh. That's what this is. It's not even about the tower, is it? Ellen doesn't answer. You think we're all idiots or something, right? Why don't you just keep Wyan in your cabin all night then? He's like, yes. Walk her through the orientation nice and slow. That's what it is, right? You want her to yourself. Your face goes hot, then cold. Something in your chest folds it on itself. I mean, we could have been having fun, relaxing instead of whatever it is between you and Wyan. So he's like, I call dibs, too. It's like we're all here, you know. But it's always Wyan this, Wyan that with you. If you want a roommate that badly, you should just ask Ben to move out. Ellen turns slowly towards you. It's an expression that you've never seen before. A thing on him. Are you doing this now? Are we doing this now? Using me for argument this petty? You step back without thinking. That's all it takes. You don't know why something with this implications from William makes you want to turn invisible. Defend yourself. You're too mature for this, right? And you're free to choose whoever you want to be here, if you want to be here or not. It takes you a couple of seconds before you let out a shaky sigh, instead forcing your emotions back down your throat. You don't even look at their faces. It's as if they don't even have one. I've been here for a week. Maybe I don't get to say fine, but this is not what you're doing right now. I'm not doing this. Figure it out without me. You don't even realize that you are running out there. Been calling out your name has never sounded so distant before. William's words just trigger all the wrong responses in you. It makes you feel so disgusting. It makes you feel like an object. Maybe you're so sensitive, but Liam's not being able to read the room antics didn't help either. Are you some sort of trophy to be owned? Your throat tightens. You didn't want to be protected like that. You don't want to be anything like that, not again. You run until midway in the path to your cabin, but since it's now fully dark, you realize that you can't see anything. You fumble around and try getting the flashlight you had, only to, of course, drop it. You never like the dark. It's scary. Why in? Ellen. You hear your last name, but it feels distant, muffled by the pounding of your heart and the war of your own thoughts. Your chest is tight, breath shallow. You can't tell if you're angry, embarrassed, or just exposed. Why are you here, really? To recover or to make it worse? Ellen, you stumble to halt, legs suddenly too heavy to move. Hot tears sting your eyes before you even realize you're crying. The world around you bores, the rough bark of the trees. Alan's silhouette approaching through the dark. You hate being seen like this. You hate they can't just disappear. Ellen, please look at me. Snap out of it. You flinch when you feel a hand settle on your shoulder instead. Alan doesn't pull you closer. Instead, his grip is firm, grounding like he's trying to anchor you back into the moment. Easy. His voice is quieter than usual. His thumb presses lightly against your shoulder. A slow, reassuring squeeze. Focus my voice. You try, even though the bore of tears, even for the bore of tears, the stays in his tone gives you something to hold on to. You're all right. Nothing here is going to harm you. He doesn't try to wipe your tears or pull you closer. Alan simply stays there, hand firm on your shoulder, waiting until the breathing steadies. It feels strangely respectful, like he's giving you space to gather yourself instead of forcing you to look at him. A moment passes before Alan finally steps back. There, I'm sorry for their words. They didn't mean it. It was them trying to get to me by using you. Alan has never looked more like a saint than he does now. It makes you feel so unreasonably worse. I'm sorry. No, stop. Let's leave this behind. Alan picks up your fallen flashlight and turns on, lighting the dark path again. How could you see so well? Let's go to the cabin. Think about them later. It's dark and unsafe for a clear discussion. Now you feel a little better, but it's a lot more anxiety at the same time. With Alan accompanying you back to the cabin, you safely make it to your room. I'll be back. You still have the vaccine to go for, right? You nod silently before sitting down on the desk, staring at the wooden wall in front of you. Think about everything that happened today. You unconsciously let out a small sigh. You can't help but think things could have gone better. Mentally prepare yourself again. Alan returns a moment later, a small case tucked under one arm, and Gojo, somewhat unceremoniously tucked under the other. Wait, did you? He says Gojo down without much explanation. The crouches to open the case. It was making a fuss outside the door. I assumed it wanted to be here. It'll be as gentle as I can. Give me a single if you're not okay. Gojo quickly notices your distress immediately. Jumps onto your lap, nuzzling its soft fur against you. It's eases your anxiety by a lot. Your body finally relaxes. You barely notice when the needle pierces your skin. You're doing alright, almost done. Alan's moving voice actually helps this time. Maybe because the first time he gave it to you, and you suddenly, done. You did well. And you don't remember feeling this sleepy or dizzy after the vaccine before. Maybe it's because it's the second dose, or maybe it's a different type, or maybe because of the crying. But right now, you have never felt this tired before. Thank you, Alan. You stand up from the chair, holding the Candy Bunny in your arms before sitting down on the mattress. As soon as your head touches the pillow, fatigue rushes through your body and mind. The bed and pillow have never felt this soft before. It almost feels like they're luring you to sleep with a lullaby of their own. And Goja's purring softly beside your head. It feels strangely peaceful. You think you're just going to blink once and say good night to him, but your eyelids are already too heavy to lift. Then everything fades to black. Don't thank me. His fingers brush your hair away from your face, slow and irrelevant. Don't just get his hinting. He smooths it down once. For several minutes, he simply stands there watching you. The rise and fall of your chest, the way your hair spreads across its pillow, the quiet sounds escape your parted lips. There, so much better when you're not fighting it. That's how you're supposed to look. The sap mixed with it works well, doesn't? Oh, that fatigue gone. His finger twitched with the urge. He stills his own breathing until it begins to match yours. Gojo scoots away to lie beside your head, as if unsettled by Alan's presence. I think our Gojo has a Yandere sense. Pretend that you're fine. Smile through it, lie to everyone, including yourselves. Alan slowly nods slowly, as if agreeing with something only he can hear. Yes, exactly. The top bunk creaks softly as he reaches up and grabs the spare pillow resting there. He pulls it down carefully, making sure not to wake you. Then, with practice ease, he climbs onto the mattress beside you. The bed dips slightly under his weight. Remains asleep, even with the mattress shifts beneath you, both of you. He settles down on his side, close enough that your shoulders brush against his arm. For a brief second, he watches you again. You're breathing slow now, steady. Alan adjusts his pillow beneath his head. He lies there comfortably, as if this were the most natural thing in the world. They calm down when someone else decides for them. His hand slides down, smoothing the blanket over your shoulder, tucking it closer than necessary. You don't like choices. They make you anxious, confused. That's why you freeze. And when others do the same, it's irrational, irritating. A bonfire right after getting attacked? That's idiotic. They don't know how to keep you safe. They never did. So I will. Good night, my morning star. Tomorrow will be better. I promise. Do we still get his ending again? Is there like 3 endings for him? I'll go now and stay silent. Your mouth opens, then closes. You saw whatever defense was forming in your throat. Maybe it was your fight. Maybe it never was. If you stay quiet, it'll pass. That's how it always works, right? Like furniture. Something cold coils in your stomach. Seeing nothing to say. Sonny, I mean, we're just being honest, right? The way they talk about you like you're not even standing there makes something cold coil in your stomach. Alan's gaze flickers towards you. You can't tell if he's waiting for you to speak, or if he's relieved you didn't. You don't even realize that you're running out there. Been calling out your name has never sounded so distant before. Liam's words just trigger all the wrong response from you. I think it's the same. Yeah. So that was Liam's route for record of Greypine. I'm pretty sure every route will end up having a Yandere moment with Alan. So if you like my content, please consider subscribing and rate, comment down below, and liking the video. See you guys next time.